Hello, I'm Annabelle Davis with your Mersey Focus News Roundup, our top story. Winds have been gusting at up to 60 miles an hour across Merseyside as Storm Eunice continues to rip through the region. Severe flood warnings are in place on the Irish Sea at New Brighton, where swimmers ignored warnings to stay out of the water. Elsewhere, flood warnings are in place on the Mersey estuary across Warrington. Lucy Burns has been following the progress of Storm Eunice.
New Brighton has been the worst affected coastal area with the seafront underwater. Coastguards have had to ask 3 men to come out of the water as they ignored safety warnings and went for a dip. Meanwhile, Liverpool city centre was deserted as residents heeded warnings to stay indoors and commuters were faced with cancelled trains and rail disruption. Lime Street Station is now closed until 6 p.m. as workers clear debris from the area. Parks across the city are also closed to the public and the docks cleared.
People in Merseyside are being urged to stay inside as Storm Eunice hits this weekend. Hot wind speeds of 62 miles an hour and rain spells across today and tomorrow mean that loads of places across Merseyside are going to be shut, including Knowlton Road Park and Festival Gardens. This has advised everybody to stay home, stay inside and don't make unnecessary journeys.
Meanwhile, the severe weather warnings remain in place with the threat of icy conditions overnight and more strong winds tomorrow.
A 14-year-old boy has today pleaded not guilty to murdering 12-year-old Ava White in Liverpool in November. The teenager, who cannot be named for legal reasons, is due to face a full trial in May. Ava was stabbed to death while attending the switch of the Christmas lights in the city centre. Following her death, her father, Martin Roberts, said the family were completely devastated and heartbroken. Hundreds of people paid tribute to the schoolgirl at a vigil in December. Liverpool City Council has moved closer to raising the council tax to meet budget shortfalls. The Cabinet met this morning to discuss proposal following a 6-week-long public consultation. Plans to introduce a new charge for certain waste collections in the city is also on the table. Connie Harpham has more.
After the budget meeting this morning, it was clear that saving money is Liverpool Council's #1 priority this year. Locals are unsure how they will cope with the council tax increase.
2.9% doesn't seem much to people if you've got a quite strong salary, but for others who live in sort of like down to the number for food at the end of the week and things like that, it's going to be a bit of an increase on them, so a bit of a squeeze.
I don't know, I think they could have delayed it, but it's, I don't know, what would you want to do instead? They've already cut social services and everything like that.
Well, they've got to find the money, haven't they, to pay it, so I don't know how they'll do that. We're just recovering from COVID. Not everyone's got a job. So no, I don't think they will recover.
Anything that takes money out of people's pockets without giving a guaranteed return in terms of quality service is not a good idea. What we've had an administration that's lost £135 million over the last decade that hasn't been used to invest in the services that we need. Well, the very low income families we can shelter. Because we do have one of the most generous council tax support schemes in the country. It's the people who are just above that. I believe that any tax must fall on the broadest shoulders, and that's not what's happening under this system.
Private landlords will now also be expected to take financial responsibility when dealing with pests in and around their homes. No funding will be removed from local emergency support grants either.
There were 951 fewer NHS dental practitioners in 2021 than the previous year, and the figure continues to rise. A number of patients have been left in crisis as they are unable to sort out urgent care and regular checkups. Harriet Belderbos has more.
There are more than 800 NHS dental practices across the Merseyside, but with almost 1,000 dentists leaving the profession last year, the space for NHS patients is falling by the wayside.
To call up in November and to find that the next available appointment was the end of March was just kind of like, and the fact that there was nothing sooner at all.
A lack of funding is being blamed for dentists pulling out of the NHS, with practices not being paid extra for treating NHS patients and dentists retiring early.
Without an NHS contract, we can't provide NHS services. So we are closing to NHS patients, and I will probably retire, but my associate, who's younger, is going to build up a private practice.
Meanwhile, waiting lists continue to grow with no sign of a solution.
Sustainability and upcycling are taking centre stage at London Fashion Week, but buying new comes at a price, so in keeping with ideals of cutting back on production and cost, a new app called HAZAR has launched in Liverpool this week, urging students to sell and buy each other's clothes. Rachel Cohen has more.
This week, a new zero-waste app called HAZAR has launched in Liverpool. It allows students in the city to buy and sell clothes, costumes or textbooks that they no longer want. According to Wrap UK, extending the lifespan of a garment by 9 extra months would reduce carbon, water and waste footprints by around 20 to 30%, which is HAZAR's main aim. On Tuesday, the 15th of February, HAZAR took part in a vintage pop-up shop at the Guild, a University of Liverpool building, to advertise the new app to local students. We spoke to Scarlett Chapman, who works for HAZAR, about the goals for the events this week.
So HAZAR just launched in Liverpool this week, and over the next couple of months it is launching in every other big city. The main goals for the events are to just build as much sort of popularity around the app, like spread as much knowledge as we can about the launch. We've had a pop-up store which HAZAR has been at, handing out freebies and getting people to download the app, and then we have a launch party on Thursday evening where we've invited as many people as possible to come and just have a good time.
According to a new study, the UK is the 4th largest producer of textile waste in Europe. Rachel Cowan, Mersey Focus.
The Winter Olympic Games are drawing to a close with only 2 days left to go. Team GP haven't won a medal yet, but are guaranteed at least silver in the curling final. Since 1896, the UK have only brought home 32 medals in total in the Games. Kira Bolton has more.
With 2 days left of the Winter Olympic Games, the UK are yet to win a medal. Team GB have one chance left to win a gold, having just got through to the curling final. With an overall total of 32 medals won since 1986, we spoke to John Moores University's Ski and Snowboarding Society about what is stopping UK winter athletes from succeeding at the Games.
I'd say about 60% of the UK have probably never tried skiing before. But we do have dry slopes about, like it is possible to start, but you have to have the money to be able to keep training and going abroad and going to training and everything, because it is very expensive.
According to the Snow Society, the dry ski slopes used for practice resembles AstroTurf and bears little resemblance to actual snow. If the UK fails to win a medal, the funding for skiing and snowboarding could drop dramatically.
I think the fact that Dave Riding got our gold just before the Olympics is a big, massive boost anyways. Obviously, it would be an even better achievement to have it in the Olympics. That would obviously be amazing. But I just don't think the resources is there for GB skiing or snowboarding.
With the Games finishing on the 20th of February, hopefully Team GB will bring home gold. I'm Kira Bolton for Mersey Focus News.
A new charity shop selling only sportswear and equipment has opened its doors. The store is located in Bootle Strand Shopping Centre and aims to provide disadvantaged children with adults with cheaper options. Chloe Bush has more.
A new sports trader charity shop has opened in Bootle Strand Shopping Centre. This is the third shop of its kind to open in Merseyside, with one already in Runcorn and one in Birkenhead. The store is offering new and used sportswear for a fraction of the price.
More or less, most stuff we do is £5 or less. We do have the odd leisure training, some footwear we do a bit more, but mostly it's £5 or less. Most of it is actually brand new. We do have donations from Pentland, Speedo, Canterbury, that kind of thing. But most of it we do actually get new, and it's all comes pre-packaged. Still got the labels on, as you can see.
The founder of Sports Trader, Lance Haggith, started the charity by providing schools with sportswear and sports equipment for disadvantaged children.
You get up, you've got something to actually get up and do, and you know you're doing it for a good reason. We're all, like we say, we do the stuff around here, but we're also at the minute we're working on a gym, a boxing gym in London, which is to help the kids. So get them off the street, get them training, give them something to focus on. So it's all good.
There are currently 11 of the charity shops across the UK, and the founder hopes to open more. I'm Chloe Bush for Merseyside Focus News.
And finally, this Sunday, pet lovers everywhere will take part in National Love Your Pet Day. The holiday focuses on giving extra attention to our furry companions. A survey from Pet Food Manufacturers Association suggests 3.2 million families in the UK have acquired a new fluffy friend since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. And here are just a few. Oh, so cute. That's all for now. I'm Annabelle Davis. Have a lovely weekend and stay safe.